Hello. I hope everyone is staying home, safe, staying fit, and maintaining social distancing. Today, I'm going to talk to Sablo Gill, who is a senior wealth architect at Ascendant Financial, about financial freedom, money warehouse, and many more. If you like this video, please hit the like button and share if you find it useful. Hi, Sablo.
Hey Kumar, how's it going?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Excellent.
And thanks for your time. I know you
No
have a very busy schedule.
worries, my pleasure. Today, I thought that Kumar, we can just have a informal discussion on money's warehouse. Where are people presently warehousing money, and let's just understand some of the places where we can warehouse money, so that we have clarity on what are the characteristics behind those instruments. And this is just an educational video. I'm not suggesting that you change what you are doing. I'm just speaking to things from my own vantage point. And if you have any questions, I encourage you to please get in touch with Kumar, myself, and we'll be happy to expand on that.
Good. Before we move forward, I just wanted to let everyone who is watching this video know that Sablo is a financial architect and he works from Edmonton, and he's a buddy of mine. We used to work together for a long time, and I know him since 2011.
Yes, it's been a long time, and there's a lot more to do, Kumar, together. I always believe in collaboration versus competition, and that's the mindset we have to adopt.
Right.
As a team, we can achieve so many things, so many good things for families, for society, and individually, right?
Yes, I think we do have one thing in common as a professional. I would say we both are related to money, savings, assets.
Yeah,
I sell real estate, and you are into money.
yeah, I would say so too. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
so
that's interesting.
talk about money.
Yes. Some people are, some people who might watch the video think they might not enjoy hearing about money, and I understand where they're coming from.
Right.
Money is something that we cannot use to buy happiness. It's just not possible, because happiness is an emotional, right?
Right.
But think about it. Having less money will definitely make you sad. So educating yourself on money and how it works, so that you can provide more for your family. And if you're one of those people who say, you know what, I'm contented with my life, I'm happy where I am, I don't need to produce more. Well, why not more? If you're happy with what you have, maybe you can bless somebody else's life. There's so many people out there who need our help today. And money is a tool that you can use to bless their life.
I think I'm coming up with one word which you always talk about, which is financial independence.
Yeah. In my seminars, I use this word called financial independence all the time. And I speak to what is financial independence, right? Now, before we get to it, let's just go back to our topic for today, which is to discuss where people are today warehousing money. So Kumar, if I ask you this question, where are people warehousing money? What would you say?
I would say bank in form of RRSP, tax-free savings, investment.
So warehousing is storage, right? Money has to sit somewhere.
Yeah.
Even if money is sitting in your pocket, in your wallet, under your mattress, in your vault, it needs a warehouse.
Oh, right? I have a warehouse in my pocket.
Yeah, warehouse in the pocket, yes. Now, the warehouses, the different kinds of warehouses that the traditional banks provide, and against, nothing against anybody, banks are there to do a good job and provide us with options, which they do all the time. So let's look at what warehouses that we have presently with the commercial bank. So we have checking account, which is what we use for day-to-day money in, money out, right?
Right.
And then we have savings account, so-called savings account, which could be high interest, low interest, but it's all relevant, right? There's no such thing as high or low. It's high or low compared to what. And so savings account are also called non-registered, because any interest that you earn in savings, you have to pay tax on it, right?
Yeah.
And then we have registered instruments, something like TFSA, which Kumar, you mentioned, tax-free savings account, which has limitations on how much you can put into it every year. And then we have RRSP, which is Registered Retirement Savings Plan, which also has limitations on how much you can put into it every year. And then we have accounts for our kids, RESP, Registered Education Saving Plans, which is something that we use for warehousing kids' education fund, right?
Yeah, I think all of these itself is a vast topic to pick. So why don't today we just pick two of those, which is RRSP and TFSA. I think then we can know the difference between these two, and we know more about it.
Yeah, so let's pick up one topic or one warehouse. Maybe let's discuss TFSA and RRSP. Now, I'm not going to just discuss warehouse. I'm going to discuss the mindset around us to choose the warehouse, because we have to understand why we are doing this.
To grow your money.
Grow your money, right?
Yeah.
So let's select RRSP. So if today, Kumar, you put $10,000 in RRSP, and RRSP stands for Registered Retirement Savings Plan, what benefits do you get by putting money into RRSP?
I defer my tax. That's the first thing I see.
Yeah, so if you are putting $10,000 into RRSP, that amount of money that you contribute to RRSP, you don't pay any taxes on it. So you pay less tax today. And like you mentioned, when you create RRSP, you're creating a problem called tax, because the money in RRSP is not taxed as of today. And as that money grows, as you contribute more, all that big problem called taxation is also compounding in that RRSP.
Yeah.
When you turn 71, you cannot put any more money into RRSP. So let's look at an example. Somebody who's age 41 today is contributing money into RRSP. When they turn 71, they cannot contribute any more money into RRSP. The deposit stops and the withdrawal begins. And the withdrawal is set by the government.
Yeah.
So from 41 till 71, that's 30 years, right?
Yeah.
So if today I'm 41 and I'm saving money into RRSP and I do that for 30 years, it's not that I pay less taxes by putting money into RRSP. Sorry, it's not that I save taxes by putting money into RRSP. I just save taxes on what I'm paying today just by my contribution to RRSP. But the moment I've created RRSP, I've created tax. Now from 41 till 71, that's 30 years. In 30 years, what do you think the probability of tax is going to be? Is it going to go up or low? What's the probability of taxes? Which direction the tax usually goes?
I would say go up, yeah.
So I'm thinking today, and I'm deferring my tax in my RRSP because the tax has to be paid, but I have no idea what the tax is going to be when I'm 71.
Right.
So I'm working with a lot of unknowns. And you mentioned the probability of tax going up is higher than the tax staying the same or going down. This is what the past history has proven, right?
Right, yes.
So then how are we benefiting from saving taxes? The tax is going to be paid.
One thing more I noticed you talked about that. Is it, I just wanted to clarify, is it like the government is controlling our money in that case, like in RRSP?
No, it's nothing to the government. Government sets the rules with RRSP. But when we put that money into RRSP, the money is saved with the commercial bank.
Okay.
Now, we put money into RRSP, we are deferring the tax. We have no idea what the tax is going to be. So we are compounding a big problem called taxation. At the end, that tax has to be paid. We don't know what the tax is. Now, for all that time, for the next 30 years, in this example, who's controlling the use over that money?
Not me, though.
No, you're just putting the money into RRSP. Somebody else, where the money is sitting like a bank, they are controlling the use over that money. Now think about it. How does bank make money?
Well,
Banks make money by loaning it, right?
Oh, yes, yes.
The bank is a business. Can a business ever make money if the business doesn't move their inventory?
Right, yes.
Can a car dealership make any money if they don't sell cars? Can a grocery store make any money if they don't sell groceries? So every business is there in business of keeping the inventory in motion. The bank is a business, inventory is money. They have to keep that money in motion to make more money.
Yeah.
But they make us believe storing your money, let it still, and earn compound interest is the most effective way to get ahead in life financially. Then why aren't they using it? Nothing against banks, but If they do a good job of making money, they know something that we don't. Why don't we adopt the same principle?
Okay. Yeah.
So it's a couple of things that we covered. So A, we're putting money into RSP, registered retirement savings plan.
Yes.
Now, retirement is a mindset, right? And the word retirement in RSP is just playing with our mind. Who says that there's not other ways to create that retirement paycheck? Why just RRSP? That's one thing. The second is we put money into RSP with thinking that we are saving taxes. We're not saving any tax. We are deferring the tax, and we don't know what the tax is going to be when we're ready to take the money out. It's going to be more, definitely more. And the other thing is we have forfeited the use and control over that money. Somebody else is controlling it and using it and putting that money in motion and making more money for themselves. Mm-hmm. The money that's not moving, the money that's not in motion isn't worth anything. Compounding is the least effective way to get ahead in life. It's the motion of money that is the most effective way to get ahead in life financially. Right?
Yeah, that's good. Good point.
The more we use money, the more we circulate money, the more we can produce for our own family. Now, the ultimate goal in RRSP is to do what? Why are we putting money into RRSP? Is it to save taxes? Because we're not saving taxes. Is it to save money for retirement? Well, there's other ways to save money for retirement. Is it to create wealth for the family? Well, somebody else is controlling that money, so they're the ones making that wealth for next 30 years.
If I ask you a question, like, is it a smart idea to put money into RRSP or not? What's your opinion? I'm not asking a generalized answer. I'm just saying what's in your opinion, because you are a financial architect, so you can suggest something which is...
See, in the end, the goal is to achieve financial independence. And we have to understand what is the definition of financial independence. And then we need to understand whether RRSP is the way to achieve financial independence. Mm-hmm. We are financially independent when we have enough money coming into our household on a monthly basis, which is passive, meaning we're not working for it, but that money is still going to come. And once that money as passive income is more than what we have in terms of our monthly expenses, then we have achieved financial independence, because we don't have to continue working for it. You already have stream of money coming in as passive, which is more than our monthly expenses. And certainly RSP is not a way to achieve financial independence. That's my opinion.
Oh, okay. Okay, good to know.
Because
I think I have the same opinion about RSP as well. But good thing you pointed this out.
Because ultimate goal is financial independence, right? It's simple. And not just for you, for your next generation and generation after that, and so on and so forth. It's the cash flow. Cash flow is king. Put your money into instruments that produce cash flow, which is passive, so that you can be financially independent sooner than later, and enjoy the time that you have freed up once you're independent. Enjoy the time to travel, spend with the family, because ultimately that is where we want to go.
I like that quote. You said cash flow is king. So let's put this as a hashtag, cash flow is a king.
All right, let's do that.
Okay, good.
And so the other product that you mentioned was TFSA. It's no different than RRSP. Now, if you just look at TFSA, majority of the investors put money into TFSA, like people who want to put money into stock market, because the gains in TFSA are not taxable, right? Mm-hmm. Now, let's just say I put $5,000 into TFSA and my stock did really good, and now my $5,000 is worth $10,000. Great. That's just a number on paper. What are you going to do? You can't take that paper to grocery store and say, hey, I just made 100% rate of return on my TFSA. Can you take that rate that I made and use that to pay for my groceries, which is $200? The teller, the clerk at the grocery store is going to look at you and say, I'm not sure which planet you live on. That's not how things work on planet Earth. We need cash. Go get cash. Mm-hmm. How do you get cash from your investments?
You have to pull that out.
And if you pull it out, what happens to your growth?
Goes down.
And how is that financial independence?
Okay, yeah, that's right. You're making me think this way, yes.
So everything begins with the why. Why I want to do this? What's my end goal? Am I just chasing rates?
So you're saying
I want to double my money.
So you're saying that there should be a process where you, even if you take out your cash, your growth doesn't stop. That's where you call it as a financial independence.
That's where you have to think about, okay, what assets are available out there today that I can own and control, where I can put my money that I'm saving and have these assets pay me cash flow for the rest of my time and for my next generation and the next generation. Because, here's what happened for me personally, and this is something that we all go through. My parents did really well in life, but the thing, and they put me through some of the best schools in the world, but none of those schools ever taught me on how money works. I had to discover that on my own by getting introduced to folks who are better at it than I am. I've had mentors. Mentors do not come mentors are an investment of your money. And it's something that you will always thank to have a good mentor for the rest of your time, but it's not easy to find a good mentor. You have to find somebody who's done good in life, somebody who's better than you at managing money, right? And then follow the principles. One of the best foundational book on financial 101, if I want to call that, is Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad. You have to first understand the difference between assets and liabilities and tie it towards your end goal. What is your end goal? What is it that you want to achieve? If you want to achieve rates of return, you're doing it right. Go ahead, do it. But in the end, what's the objective of those rates of return? Anything that is going to be there for the rest of your time, everything that you have to build so that anything that's sustainable is going to take some time. It's not a quick rich get scheme. There is no such thing as fast money. Fast money is dangerous money.
That's right, yeah. Faster it comes, the faster it goes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to tax-free saving.
Yeah, we covered that, right? So tax-free savings account is no different than RRSP. The only thing is you're not paying any taxes on it. And at the same time, if you put money into TFSA,
but you're not paying taxes on the growth or wherever you invest that money, but you already pay tax and put into tax-free saving.
Yeah. So there's no savings in taxes. If today you take your money and you put into TFSA, you're not going to get any tax savings because that is something that you get with RRSP, not with TFSA. But any money that you make in TFSA is tax-free. Even if you take it out, you don't pay any taxes on it. But again, all that money is controlled by somebody else. The TFSA is a warehouse with a commercial bank or any other financial institute. Is that institute that's controlling the use over that money. And when you need the money, it only show up when you need it. Otherwise, they're controlling the use over it by keeping the money in motion and doing a lot more with it than you are.
Okay, so I have a question. Like as you mentioned, that banks are the one institution like who's making money, and they know something which we don't know how to make that money. Like so, can you please throw some lights on that? And can you please say if you know something, please share with us too.
What I'm speaking about is, hey, the process of banking is awesome. Banks are in process of making money,
and they know exactly how to make money.
And the way they make money is by keeping the money in motion. So they are lending the money out to somebody who wants to take a loan. So they're lending with security. For example, if you get a mortgage in the bank today, they'll lend you the money, not because you made a really good decision of buying a real estate property, because they have a house as collateral, which is a security. They're lending it to you because they can get back principal and interest payments.
Mm-hmm.
Now, banks are not chasing 50%, 20% average rate of return, what we chase in stock market. They're chasing stability, 3%, consistent, because that is passive for them. And once they get that money back, they re-lend it again and make more money. They're focused on the volume and velocity, not the rates of return.
Okay, and we focus more on rates of return.
And we, our mind goes into rates, not in terms of, the only way to guarantee a good rate of return, Kumar, is by reducing the risk in the investment. If you reduce the risk, you increase the probability of getting a rate of return. But if you chase rates and you haven't done a good job of managing the risk, then all you get is an experience, nothing more than that.
Good.
And I think that's good for today. We can
that's good for today. Yes.
Pick up on this next time.
Definitely. Well, thank you very much, Sablo, for your time.
Yeah, my pleasure. Always a good thing. It's always fun to talk about all this. Enjoy your weekend and hope everybody enjoys this video, and feel free to leave your comments in the bottom of the comment section. And if you like it, may I ask you to please share this video, because there's somebody else who can watch this video and benefit from watching it, right? There's no such thing as having arrived in knowledge. There's no such thing as having to know everything that there is to know in this life. There's always something new to learn, something new to look up to. So thanks again. If you like it, please share it.